So then, boys and girls, after Sunday's poor 3-2 defeat by West Ham United at the London Stadium on Sunday afternoon, but of course that was not the major talking point at all on Sunday for the Foxes. Of course, has now been confirmed from Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City that several first-team players have broken COVID rules, and of course that led to 3 first-team players being dropped from the game against West Ham United on Sunday at the London Stadium. This has led to an absolute uproar throughout the Leicester fan base. A Twitter meltdown has took place, and the Leicester fan base has been completely split by this major talking point at the club. In today's video, I'll be discussing everything you guys need to know about the situation, my opinions on it, what has happened, as we get into the latest video discussing Leicester City news. Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, we are back once again discussing the latest Leicester City news. Of course, in today's video, I'll be going through the whole party situation at Leicester, going through the players who were involved in this and my general opinions on this very, very interesting situation out of Leicester City Football Club. But just before we get into all of that, if you guys going to enjoy today's video, let me know by dropping a like. Obviously, it's a very difficult situation for Leicester at the moment. It's a bit of a weird one, but if you guys do go on to enjoy today's video and want to see some more videos like this, going over the latest news coming out of Leicester, let me know by dropping a like. Also, subscribe to my face. I'm just going forward. We're now closing on 2,000 subscribers. Any help towards that will be massively appreciated. And most importantly, let me know your opinions on this whole situation in the comment section down below. What should be done? Should these players never play for Leicester again? Should they go back into the squad? Has Brendan Rodgers just done the right thing? Let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and let's discuss the latest Leicester news. Right, and starting off, for those of you who don't know, the 5 players who were involved in this party, the 5 players from Leicester, a number of people apparently were attending the party, but the 5 Leicester players were Ayoze Perez, James Maddison, Hamza Choudhury, and of course Wes Morgan and Harvey Barnes, who are of course injured. But of course the 3 players who got dropped from the first team against West Ham for the game on Sunday were obviously Maddison, Choudhury and Ayoze Perez. So then the first rumour came in about 3 or so hours before the West Ham United game on Sunday. It was from Twitter, and I can't remember who it was, but there was a guy saying that it was Perez, Maddison and Choudhury who did attend a party, and apparently they weren't going to start the game against West Ham. Some people were saying that I think they're going to be benched. I heard that Maddison could be benched. Obviously, at the time, I didn't think this was true, but obviously in the end, that has came out to be pretty realistic and very true. Of course, when the team news was announced for the West Ham United game on Sunday, 1 hour before kickoff, of course, then it was all confirmed, because obviously James Maddison was not in the squad, neither was Perez, and neither was Hamza Choudhury. So by then, Leicester fans knew this was true, and then the kind of Twitter meltdown really began. Just in Brendan Rodgers' pre-match interview, he didn't really like to mention the situation at all, and of course he did get questioned slightly about it, but he didn't really like to focus on that. Of course, he was more focused on the game, trying to get the 3 points in this massive game against West Ham, which of course in the end we didn't, and we were pretty awful throughout the game. And for me, the reason why Leicester played so poorly against West Ham, particularly in the first half, was this reason. Not just because Maddison and Perez weren't playing, it was how this would have affected the dressing room, because obviously obviously James Maddison is one of Leicester's key players. Perez is pretty key as well. Obviously Hamza's not as key, but he's still a first team player, and this would have definitely caused a bit of upset throughout the Leicester changing room just going into the game. And it really showed, because in that first half we were not focused at all, and I think this really did have a massive effect on the game, and that of course that has led us to now losing a massive game against West Ham. Of course as well, if James Maddison and Ayoze Perez were both playing in the game, it definitely would have helped Leicester out as well. Particular with James Maddison, we really did miss that cam, and of course if Maddison was playing, we could have done a lot better in the game, but obviously he decided to go to a party, and I'm not happy. And then obviously it ended 3-2 to West Ham United in the end. Obviously Leicester were quite close to getting it level, but obviously we didn't. Obviously then Brendan Rodgers got a lot of questions from it. The Twitter meltdown went to a new level. The rumours were starting to come in thick and fast. There was loads of different rumours, and then an official announcement was made from the club, from a club spokesman, and they basically said that obviously they're really disappointed just with the breach. And obviously the main thing for me as well, Brendan Rodgers actually had a meeting just with the players about 2 weeks ago, 1 week before the Man City game, and said, look, we've done well so far, we're coming to the end of this, let's just stay safe and obviously stay at home. And for the players to do this now, especially ahead of a big game, and the most annoying thing as well, this party was after the Man City game. So we lose 2-0, what should we do? Have a party. I didn't get it, boys. Of course, after that official announcement from the Leicester Twitter showing their disappointment just from the situation, a lot more rumours started to come in, and then it was revealed 2 more players were involved, and that being Harvey Barnes, and the most annoying thing, the club captain, Wes Morgan. Obviously, Schmeichel is the main captain on the pitch, but Wes Morgan is still the full captain, and for him to do that when he's going to probably retire and wants to be a club ambassador at the end of this season, going into next season, for him to attend the party is shocking in my opinion. I think Wes Morgan really should have thought better. I mean, yeah, Barnes, Maddison, it's not right, but it's more understandable. But Wes Morgan, he's at 35, he should have known better. He should have told him, lads, don't do it. And then, you know, for Wes Morgan to do it, that really did annoy me a lot, to be honest, boys. And then later on that Sunday, after the West Ham United game, The Athletic from Twitter, obviously, it's a verified website, and they officially confirmed the 5 players who were involved. Of course, they confirmed that Wes Morgan and Harvey Barnes were a part of the party held on Saturday after the Manchester City game. So obviously, Leicester just lost to West Ham. And then we get that news. To be honest, I was really annoyed, and obviously Leicester Twitter was going into absolute meltdown. And of course, they had every right to do so. And yeah, moving on, this story keeps on going. The thing which really annoyed me even more is that apparently on the night of the party, Brendan Rodgers found out. He messaged the players saying stop, to go, and then the players had the idea to turn the lights off and hide in Jose Perez's house. And then they got taxis to Hamza Chowdhury's house to continue the thing. And that really just annoyed me even more. To do that, I'm not being funny. Apparently Wes Morgan and Harvey Barnes left after that, but obviously Chowdhury went back to his house, and then Perez and Maddison came with him as well. To do that when your manager has just told you to stop and go home, for them to get taxis with the other 50 or so guests to Nottingham, apparently that's where Chowdhury lives, but then carrying the party there is absolutely disgusting in my opinion. And based on that, Brendan Rodgers has every single right to drop all those 3 players against West Ham, and in my opinion it should potentially be dropped even more, but obviously we need to get back to winning ways. We have a massive game on Sunday against Southampton, and those 3 players are definitely needed. But overall, those 3 players involved, especially obviously Maddison, Perez and Chowdhury, Barnes and Morgan as well, I'm pretty disgusted with all 5 of those players who were involved. So yeah lads, that's basically it for the whole story. As you can probably tell, it went on for an absolute age, and I think that's about 4 minutes of me waffling about the whole thing. But hopefully now you guys understand the whole situation and what happened on that Saturday after the West Ham game, and of course how that news was given to all Leicester fans on the Sunday before, and of course after the West Ham United defeat, obviously ended 3-2 at the London Stadium. Right, so moving on then to my general opinions on this. Most importantly lads, let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. Just like I said earlier on, I think Brendan Rodgers has pretty much done the right thing with this to drop the players. We have to stick to our ethics. Yes, of course, it's a massive game against West Ham, but you know, you have to stick to it, because if Brendan Rodgers let those 3 players play and possibly would just without a fine, it wouldn't have been the best thing to do. Apparently they didn't get a fine, which is pretty understandable as well in my opinion. Obviously a fine to a footballer is pretty much nothing, but I think Brendan Rodgers did exactly the right thing to do to drop the players. I thought, you know, if he let them play, they probably would have done a party there in a few weeks time, so we need to stick to it. Yes, we probably needed those players against West Ham, but I think Brendan Rodgers did the exact right thing to do in the situation. So yeah, fair play to Brendan Rodgers. I think we also need to give some credit to some of the other Leicester players in the side. Obviously they've just done the right thing, but I can imagine lots of players would have also been invited to this party themselves, so fair play for them to not attending. But for me, obviously they haven't really done anything right, but yeah, I guess fair play, because I think, you know, some of the younger lads could have gone, such as Luke Thomas, Hafana, but yeah, fair play to them of course for staying at home and following the rules. But for me, is it the right thing for all those 3 players to return for the game against Southampton, of course, on Sunday in that huge game in the FA Cup? Personally, I think, you know, it's probably just about right. With it being the FA Cup semi-final, you know, I think they need to do the right thing. They have been dropped. It's a big miss. So personally, for me, I think they should be just stopped a week or 2 weeks' wages, and then obviously return back to the side against Southampton. It's going to be interesting to see how they play, how the other Leicester players just come in, because I can imagine people like Schmeichel and Vardy are not going to be particularly happy at all, and particularly a Schmeichel. So, you know, they'll probably turn for training. Schmeichel will probably 2-foot one of them. Obviously, hopefully they don't get injured, but yeah, I think you guys get what I mean. But of course, on the larger scale of things, I'm very, very disappointed in all the 5 players, and for me, you know, in particular the 3 players who definitely could have played, because obviously Maddison, Perez probably would have started that game, and if they did start, we could have won it, and that would have been a massive 3 points in the race for Champions League football. But yeah, overall I think, you know, to party after we just lost as well to Man City in another crucial game doesn't really make any sense to me whatsoever in the head, so that is very random. And overall, for the players not to really apologise to the fans yet is a bit of a shame as well. So yeah, overall it's a massive shame. But overall I think now for a club we need to move on from this whole situation, get full focus into a massive game on Sunday, where of course we'll take on Southampton in the FA Cup at Wembley in the semi-finals. Just based on that next game against Southampton then in the FA Cup on Sunday at Wembley, for me it will be pretty weird to see obviously Perez and Maddison start. For me, I reckon they should be benched. I mean, yeah, we probably need them to start, but it will be pretty random and weird for them to go straight back into line just after what they've done. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are awful against West Ham, but I don't think they really warrant a start unless they turn into prime Ronaldo in training today in the next couple of days leading up to that massive game. But overall, we need to try and forget about this. Obviously, it's going to be on the lips of Leicester fans. It has really split the fan base. Some people want Perez to, you know, get sold, never play for Leicester again, which for me is completely wrong. I don't agree with that at all. Some people on the same page as me saying, yes, it's wrong, but we just need to move on and now focus on the next couple of games and now try and focus on getting Champions League and have a bit more of an investigation, I guess, in the summer. But yeah, overall, this has really split the fan base, lads. So yeah, let me know your opinions. Have a debate in the comment section down below. Feel free to do that one, lads. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. Of course, we've gone through the key talking point in the latest Leicester news around the party, breaking COVID rules, which of course led to 3 players being dropped from the Leicester side against West Ham and basically having a major effect on the loss, and of course it has caused an absolute meltdown throughout the whole fan base. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm in SPORTSA and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace, guys.